souls, young souls, and all my damn souls in between. Welcome back to another week of Old Soul in the Young World with your host, Jesse Ellie. Hey! Guys, this week we have somebody very special on the show. Somebody who's making some noise in the North Shore, Boston area. Someone who can make you laugh, have a conversation with you, maybe even make you cry. I don't know, but we gonna chop it up today with one and only Demo Woodz. What's poppin', Demo?
Hey, we here. Let's set the tone.
What's good? What's good?
You know.
So happy to have you. Thank you for being willing to come on and chop it up with us.
Happy to be here. Hey. Thanks for inviting me.
Can you let the people know where you're from and what do I identify you as? Are you a comedian? What do you do, my friend?
So I'm from Lynn, Sin City.
Hey, shout out Lynn.
We out here. I'm a comedian, but I'm an actor. I'm a writer, all the above. But, you know, my strong suit is comedy. But if you need me to do a serious role like drama, I could do that.
Hey.
You know.
So you're multi-layered.
Yeah, like Jamie Foxx, you know. I could do it all, but, you know, you're going to get some laughs from me for sure.
Yeah. And I myself, you know, it's pretty dope because we've like known each other through social media. This is funny how the world is nowadays. Like
really?
We only known each other through social media. So it's our first time meeting in person. It's pretty fire. Could you let me know and the people know how long you've actually been into quote unquote like comedy or when you started appreciating the comedy scene?
Okay, so if we talking about like doing comedy officially, I would say 2.5 years. Started in like mid 2019, so 2.5 years. But I've been a comedian my whole life, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
when I started putting everything forward and taking it seriously, I would say 2 years.
Born and bred. I feel like comedy is in the blood sometimes.
You
feel me? Like you just gotta be naturally funny, like to be in that sense of openness, like vulnerability, where you're putting yourself on the stand and you're just like, yo, I don't care if y'all are laughing at me. That's what I'm here for. Like
exactly. Yeah. And if you met my mom, you would understand, like, because my mom is a comedian. She don't even know it. But
oh, you get from your mama?
Yeah, my whole family pretty much.
Oh, a family of comedians. Stop it. We got the Tyler Perry series over here.
You say that. You say that.
And so your inspiration, like you're saying, so it started a while back, being into comedy and all that.
Yeah.
Like, what exactly did that stem from? Whether it be, I know you say like it kind of has to be natural, but I feel like comedians kind of get their content or whatever from different inspirations, whether it be like another comedian or...
Oh, for sure. Hands down, my biggest inspiration is Martin Lawrence. You know what I'm saying?
That's my guy.
That's my dude. You know what I'm saying? And like that's kind of where I get like my characters from and stuff, because he did a lot of characters and stuff like that.
Facts.
Like I said earlier, like Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
You know, another one of my favorites is Mike Epps. You know, like I grew up just comedy, like staying up late night watching the comedy jams and the shit on BET and all that. Like I watched that before I watched anything else, you know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah. And, you know, I fucking love Martin. Like, I've grown up watching in the morning. They play him starting at like 4 in the morning. I don't know if you've ever seen it on TV. It's like 4 to 7 or something, but it's like the Martin show, you know? Like
He's the GOAT.
He's the GOAT.
He's the GOAT.
I feel like... Do you think everyone would think Martin Lawrence is the GOAT, or is that a personal?
It's definitely personal.
Because I'm thinking like Tyler Perry, Martin Lawrence. Not that I would put them on the same like level, but Tyler Perry's done like a lot of fucking comedy, acting, movies.
That's very true.
You know.
Yeah.
Because you gave me that vibe, actually. I was going to ask you, I was like, oh, I wonder if Tyler Perry is one of his inspirations. So I'm surprised that it wasn't in your top. Because
he kind of came like after, you know, like he came after. So I grew up watching Martin Lawrence, you know what I'm saying? So
originated. Yeah.
But Tyler Perry is definitely up there, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Definitely.
Yeah. And you know, I see you a lot on Instagram, doing your thing. But aside from Instagram, a huge platform right now for comedians who are getting into it is TikTok. Are you a TikToker? Do you do the TikTok thing?
I don't do the TikTok. I be on TikTok, but the TikTok thing sounds.
It's a whole community.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
TikTok. My experience with TikTok is like they want you to like fully commit to TikTok in order to get the algorithm and stuff like that.
Facts.
So, you know what I mean? I'm not really consistently on there, so I don't get the enough reach that I should, but I do it. It's definitely, you know, I throw videos out there, but I can't say like I'm a TikToker, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I feel like that's just one of the like the way that comedy's changed, you know, in today's day and age in society. We find that a lot of like fast, quick humor, where you're gonna look for it on TikTok, you know. But from the roots of comedy, like where do you feel like your like roots of comedy stemmed in, whether that be like stage performance or were you just like being funny to your family? Like where did that start off for you? If you ever even did do stand up, because I'm not sure if you did or not. So
as far as doing it in front of my family, like mostly my mom, like my mom was telling me, you need to be a comedian, you need to do stand up. So I actually did do stand up, and I'm gonna tell you a funny story about that. So when I first decided I want to do comedy, I called my mom. I was like, yo, I'm thinking about taking this comedy stuff serious. 2 weeks later, she calls me like, oh, they're doing this open amateur comedy night down what was it, Bonefish, Harry's and Lynn.
I heard there before.
So
Facts.
You know what I mean,
local spot.
She brought me down there. She was like, let's go down there, see what's going on. So we went down there one week. It was kind of empty, you know what I'm saying? Like, comedians was like, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know what,
it's hard to get a good crowd. People don't know this shit. It's mad hard.
So I was like, oh yeah, I could do this. Ain't no one in there really. Like it's gonna be light. So I took a week to like start writing some jokes. Pulled back up there next week with my mom. There's no parking spots nowhere. We had to park way up the street.
Damn,
you see where
packed like that?
You see where this is going? So
shit.
Yeah, so you know what I mean? I'm getting nervous now. I'm like, there wasn't this many people here last time. Like, what's going on? So, all right, I'm nervous. I get in there. I go to the guy on the sign-in sheet. He was like, what's your name? I'm like, yeah, Demo Woodz. He's like, all right, you're next. I was like,
what?
This is my first time ever, like, and it was a packed crowd. So I'm like,
they're like, we got nobody else to perform. Throw them on stage. Exactly. Throw them up there, yo.
So I'm over here scratching my head, looking all stupid. And then he's like, all right, I didn't have time to take off my jacket or nothing. You know what I mean?
Damn, you couldn't even get comfortable.
I couldn't get comfortable. So,
because you know when you need those couple minutes before you go on stage, like, yo, let me get myself together real quick.
Especially for your first time.
Hell yeah.
So I went up there. As soon as I put the mic in my hand, forgot what I was about to say. Then I tried to come up with a joke. Crickets. You know what I'm saying? Crickets. So I was like,
the worst, yo.
So I was like, you know what? I ain't really ready to do all this, so I'm gonna come back next week. And then my mom runs up there. She's like this tall. She runs up there like, you better stay your ass up there. You already up there. Like, I ain't letting you get down.
Yo.
So I was
Mama's like, nah, my son doing this tonight.
So she was like, you doing that. You up there. And then I got a little couple like encouragement from the crowd. They was like, yo, just go. So I did the joke again. You know what I mean? And finished off the night with a couple laughs. I was cool with that. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
Went back the next week, got better. And then went back the following week, got better. And then the fourth week, you know what I mean? I was bringing like little crowd out. And then they announced me as the headliner.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
And then the pandemic hit. So.
Worst timing. I know.
And then that's when I kind of started getting into the skits and all that.
Okay, word. So you were trying to go for like stand-up comedy when you started.
Yeah, I definitely wanted to give it a shot, and then I was starting to get in the groove of it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then the pandemic shut that shit down, but then I started getting the skits, and then I was like, yo, this might be, you know, might be more my speed, you know what I'm saying? But
right. And kind of like we were talking about, everything seems to happen for a reason.
Exactly.
And roll its way out when it's supposed to. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it's like, why was it that you were inspired to get into stand-up comedy and then it's like, boom, shut down? You know what I'm saying? Maybe there was another purpose for your journey that you were supposed to go into.
Exactly.
And I know you kind of mentioned off air, this was like your first, you know, kind of being in front of cameras, back out in the public for a while.
Yeah.
And is that due to like you going through COVID and not being able to perform and stuff like that?
Well, I did catch COVID too.
Hey, happens to the best of us.
I had to
Shit sucks.
take some time off, but honestly, rest in peace to my sister. She was a.
Can we cheers to her?
Yeah, we definitely can cheers to her.
What's her name?
Brianna.
Cheers, Brianna.
She right here.
R.I.P.
One of the realest people like ever, and she actually helped me get my comedy stuff started. I told her what I wanted to do. She was like, "Let's go." Like,
that's great.
And then you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And she never stopped showing support. You know what I'm saying? And she was always behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? She was in a lot of my videos, like my most popular ones and stuff. And you know, we lost her a couple months ago, and you know, I had to take some time away from it, you know, like, because I was confused, like, you know, like what's next, you know? Right. I feel like my experiences, I feel like every time something is going good for me,
yeah,
like something, like I'm expecting something to happen, but I didn't expect this, you feel me? But
facts.
I'm glad I'm back now. It's like perfect timing, like we was talking about earlier, and I'm glad you brought me here.
Yes.
And you know, the cameras and the lights, I love it. I'm back.
Bringing back that motivational sensation.
Definitely.
And I just want to take a moment myself to shout out your sister and just say R.I.P. and thank you for even mentioning that, because you know, anybody who's listening into the show who's gone through loss, who has ever known a loss or lost somebody that they loved or care about, you know how big that is. Loss is almost bigger than love sometimes, you feel me? So it's hard to get to the place of acceptance where you can keep yourself going. But just know, if you're listening in today, if you're listening right now, if you're listening in Demo's story or what he's gone through, it was meant to happen to you. It was meant to be here today, whenever you're listening to this, for you to keep pushing forward and moving forward. And, you know, Demo, like with you, and I don't want to get too, you know, we don't have to go too much into it, but like it is hard. It puts you kind of into a place of like depression or negativity or just like doubt. Like, okay, what is my purpose? You know what I'm saying? Am I doing this life thing right? How do you feel like you actually pushed on afterwards? Like, what kept you going?
It definitely took a lot of support from loved ones, you know what I'm saying? Because I can't take all the credit and say I did it on my own and just bounce back on my own. Like, you know, I had a lot of people pushing me like, yo, like, go ahead. That's what you love to do. This is what she wants you to do. You know, she's rooting for you. She wants you to keep going. Yeah. So, you know, I had to take the time, and then, you know, I had to understand the situation because it happened so quick. I didn't know what was going on. So I had to take time, and then I had all my brothers and sisters and all my loved ones, especially my mom. My mom was like, you better, all right, you can be depressed for a little bit, but we got something to do here. Exactly. So it definitely took a lot of that, and I'm appreciative of that, and, you know, and this is what she wanted, so. Right.
Carrying on that legacy.
So it wouldn't make sense for me to stop because of that, you know what I'm saying? So. Facts. So,
I appreciate that, and again, thank you for even mentioning and bringing it up, because I think a big, huge thing, and I can't wait to talk to you about this, but I think a huge thing behind comedians that people don't understand is that there's so many layers to comedians. Just because they're funny on the outside doesn't mean that they don't have, you know, the depth or the sensitivity. Yeah. Even some of the best comedians, themselves are dark. You feel me? In their deep depths of themselves, and I'm just gonna throw it out there for myself, like Martin Lawrence was a huge influence to you, a huge influence in somebody that I grew up watching and appreciating, and like kept me laughing, but also kept me knowledgeable, kept me understanding, okay, there's more than just funny behind this person. Exactly. That was Jim Carrey for me. And you know, we can go a little more depth why, but like if you're a movie person out there, if you're listening in, two huge comparisons between Jim Carrey are like his character in, let's say, Ace Ventura or like The Mask, like two of my favorite, you know, fucking ones by him.
Yeah.
The Mask is number one though. The Mask will always be number one. If you haven't seen that, go check that out. Compared to like The Truman Show. And I don't know if you yourself ever saw The Truman Show. It's actually, most people don't talk about this movie that Jim Carrey's in, so...
I like the Liar Liar. That's my favorite.
Liar Liar's mad fucking good too.
That movie be having me crying.
Yo, it's crazy. But so The Truman Show, just so I can like tell you about it. So you haven't heard it, right?
I heard of it. I just
you haven't seen it. Yeah. Okay, so homework for Demo. Go check out.
I will.
And everybody listening in, go check out The Truman Show. But it was years after I'd already watched like Ace Ventura multiple times. Like, you know what I mean? Like I've, you know, like grown up on that shit. And I came across The Truman Show and I was like, what is this? Jim Carrey? I've never heard of it, never seen it. I love him. Let me check it out. Long story short, he's like lost in the world is like a story based around him. He's the main character of the story, but he doesn't know he's the main character. And he's going through struggle and depression and all this stuff, but he's like a comedian, like talk show host. And it's called The Truman Show. And he's host of The Truman Show. But the show is all about him. But he doesn't realize it, and he has to go through all these struggles, and like it's crazy. So it's good. Like, yeah,
that sounds real good.
It's real good, but like I don't know if you might relate to that in the fact that like even though you're funny on the outside, maybe people watching and be like, oh, like he's always good or this and that, like he's always on the up and up positive. But do you ever go through like negative feelings or emotions or struggles, like even besides maybe losing your sister, that keep you being like, yo, comedy is my like relief or therapy type shit?
That's exactly what it is. Like, so what I would say is like, I wasn't genuinely happy with myself until I started the comedy, because I didn't know.
That's such a gem that you just said that. I'm sorry. Thank you for saying that.
I did that on accident too.
That was real as shit.
But I was like, I didn't know like I tried football, like, I tried to, you know what I mean? I tried to play instruments, so, you know what I mean? I tried a lot of things, and you know, I wasn't genuinely happy with myself till I started doing comedy. Like, I was like, yo, this is my purpose. Like, I've been doing this for so long and just not, you know, not taking it serious. And then, you know, like, when I make someone laugh, it's like a high for me, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a dopamine shot,
yes.
You know what I'm saying? So like, and once I seen I could affect multiple people like that, and like people that I don't even know, like my first skit I posted, I thought I was gonna get like 10 views, like 5 likes. That shit it went for like 1.7K.
Damn.
Whole bunch of people I didn't know, so I was like, hold on.
That's crazy.
I was like, yo,
what's going on here?
Yeah, so and then you know that's what sparked it, and I'm like, yo,
you're like, people really are interested.
People are, and this is what I wanted to do anyway.
Right.
So this is my purpose, make people laugh. I had people like DM me that I don't even know, like, yo, I just want to thank you. Like, I was going through a tough time, and I watched your video, and you helped me get. And I'm like, for real. I was just cracking a joke, you know what I'm saying? I was just being myself.
Right.
So like stuff like that is like, you know, it shows me that's my purpose.
Yeah.
So I hope I answered your question.
Yo,
properly.
you answered my question times 100. Yeah. And that's the dopest part about it too. Sometimes you like, even though, yeah, you're naturally funny since you're little and you fuck around with your family and you guys go back and forth, you're not like, oh, I can make this into like a career. I can make this into something where it's like I'm actually like going out and doing shows and getting responses from people like aside from my core group, like my family and shit like that. And I just want to say that I completely resonate with you, and anyone listening in, like if you feel like you haven't found your purpose yet, like you're in a day, age, a time where you're like, yo, I have no purpose. Because I don't know if you've been there, but I've been there where I literally was like, I have no purpose. Like maybe I am here to be a worker. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I am here to work a 9 to 5. And then realizing every time I tried to do that, I was getting more down about myself and more down about myself and being like, yo, this just isn't fulfilling that part of me, you know? And like you said, like I did sports, I tried instruments, I did different things. Nothing hit that key until I started, you know, speaking, until I started being like, yo, I don't need to hide myself no more. You know what I'm saying? And I think that plays into it as well, like vulnerability, like being able to put yourself out there and joke around and be funny and letting people judge you for that, you know? Do you feel like that was ever a struggle for you, or are you naturally open about like just being vulnerable?
Absolutely. That, like I said, like I didn't start till 2019, so you know I was like, you know, what if I'm not funny? Even though I know I'm funny, but
doubt yourself.
What if I don't think they're gonna think I'm funny, or but what if they don't think I'm funny? It took me to go through I had to go through a lot of shit, and you know I had to try out a lot of things that didn't work out, and I was like, let me tell you a funny story. I'm gonna tell you like how like what made me really start the comedy.
Let's go. Let me hear it.
So
I'm filling my cup for this one, guys.
Yeah, fill it up because it's a funny story, but you know what I mean. It makes sense at the end. So I was writing jokes on my phone for like about 4 years. It was a little bootleg for Samsung and shit. I was writing jokes in there for a long time. Didn't do nothing with it. Just piling up jokes. Didn't tell them to nobody. Didn't do nothing with it. So I went to
building up his content.
Yeah,
it's like, y'all don't know what I got in here.
Exactly. So I went to a music festival with my boy. He had like he was like a booking promoter, so we had like all access passes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Anyways, cut to the chase. I went in the porta potty, right? And I dropped my phone in the porta potty.
Yo.
All my like everything.
Don't fuck around.
Everything was gone. You feel me?
No.
And like I said, it was a bootleg phone, so I didn't have like iCloud or nothing. So you know what I mean? I didn't have nothing backed up. So all my jokes,
heartbroken.
Yeah,
oh my God.
All my jokes was gone for 4 years. Like 4 years, I've been at work. You know what I mean? Like, you know, that's all.
That's the hard work nobody sees.
Exactly. Yeah. And so it was all gone. So
I can only imagine.
So I had to sit down and be like, that's your fault no one's seen it. You know what I mean? That's your fault, you know?
That you kept it in there all that time.
Why hasn't anyone seen that? Am I going to remember all the jokes I wrote on that phone? Probably a couple, but all of them. So that was the moment when I was like, all right, like, so what are you doing? Like, you're writing your jokes, but no one's seeing them. So the next day, I went and got myself an iPhone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then that's when I was like, you know what? I'm about to do this comedy shit because, you know, I was so heartbroken when I didn't have my material that I was written. So now I'm gonna write some shit and then put it out there.
Hey.
And then just see what happens.
Yes.
And so far, it's been working for me.
Yo, and see,
that's fire.
That's that shit that we're talking about. That's that manifestation of things going wrong and happening, obstacles happening in our life that seem like, yo, why does this keep happening to me? Why do I keep getting these fucked up things that are going on?
Yeah.
Maybe there's a lesson that you haven't learned, and that shit's gonna keep happening until you open your eyes and you learn that lesson.
Maybe.
In that time, there was no way going about it. Like, you were like, yo, like, why were you even writing all that shit in your phone and not showing anyone? There was clearly a passion, you know?
Exactly. And, like, it took me to drop my phone in the toilet. It sounds funny, but, you know what I mean? That's just was how my journey started, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but had that not happened, I probably would have just kept writing it in there and, you know, putting the phone back in my pocket. And
Exactly. And it's those things. Sometimes you just need that shit to snap you out of your own mindset, your own way, and just be like, yo, get over yourself.
Exactly.
It's time to start doing your purpose. You know what I'm saying? And for people listening in, like, everybody knows, like, I started this shit because my best friend Marlon, one of my good ass friends who was my photographer at the time, told me, yo, Jesse, start a podcast next week. I was complaining to him how depressed I was, how I just wanted to talk. I want people to hear me. He had a little podcast going on. I was like, yo, you can do that. Why do I feel like it's so hard for me? He's like, just do it. Just start it. You've already had ideas, right? And I was like, yo, I did have ideas. all you had to do is make that first step. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so hard though. Before the fact, you're like,
exactly.
How did I even take that first step? It is crazy.
Yeah, that's kind of what I want to tell to the people too. I ain't like no
talk to the
Kevin
people.
Hart or nothing, but you know, like it will hurt more if you didn't try it and then to just try it and it don't work out. Like, you know what I'm saying? It will be more, you know, you'll be more regretful. Like, if it don't work out for me, I'm happy that I tried it, you know, and I affected somebody's life, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But, you know what I mean? If I was still writing the jokes on my phone and putting it in the back of my pocket, I would, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, it's never gonna give your passion the chance to grow or fail.
Exactly,
you feel me?
bro.
Like,
exactly.
and sometimes even if you did start this or I started this podcast or whatever it is that anybody listening in is starting or whatever you guys are doing, if you don't just take the chance, you know what I'm saying? Exactly like Demo saying, you'll never know. And if you don't know, that could cause more damage to your soul and yourself, your personal, like, self-esteem than anybody ever could, or negative comments ever could. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be afraid of what other people think about you. Like Demo said, will that person laugh? Will this person laugh? That's how I felt about this. Oh, will this person watch? Will anybody listen?
And now look, you know what I'm saying?
We out here though.
We out here. So
That's fire.
And same to you, yo. And like, that actually transitions me into asking about, you know, I feel like your comedy led you into also a love of acting.
Oh, for sure.
Where did that come from? When did you start your acting vibes and all of that?
So like for me, like the it kind of goes hand in hand. Like when I was younger, I was in like the like I did a couple plays and whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
But I don't know. I just feel like I'm like versatile. You know what I'm saying? Like I would much rather do the comedy. But you know, I was in I did a short film. When was it? Last June, where it was like black and white, like, you know, killing, blood everywhere. Like I was in one of those.
Shit.
But you know what I'm saying? It didn't. It's still in the film festivals and stuff like that. But you know, I feel like everything just goes hand in hand with me. Like, you know, just being in front of the camera and expressing yourself and like, you know, it's fun to do a different role. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's fun to, you know, be someone else that you're not for the moment. You know what I'm saying? I get a kick out, and other people might not. But so, you know, it's all the same thing to me. But comedy, I have more fun with it. And it's more natural to me.
Facts. And actually, speaking of like different roles and comedy and going hand in hand, I do feel like how you're talking about, like Martin Lawrence, he was a comedian but an actor. Like, you can be you know what I'm saying? Like, they do lead into each other.
Yeah.
And I know you yourself, you kind of have an alter ego that I've seen you put out there on TikTok and shit in some of your videos named Rufus.
Oh, Rufus, my dude.
Did Rufus come with you to the studio today, or did you leave him at home?
He's at home right now.
He's at home, he's chilling.
Yeah,
he's kicking it.
I'll bring him next time.
You know.
I'll bring Rufus out here next time.
He might cause some trouble if we bring him to the studio.
Yeah, but I'm glad you brought that up, because Rufus actually, like...
Well, can you tell people who Rufus is?
Rufus with no toothless. He got the little Jerry curl with the missing tooth.
Yo,
and, you know what I'm saying? I'll bring him here next time. But Rufus is, you know, a lot of people like Rufus, but he was inspired by like my uncle. Like, I have an uncle that kind of talks the same way. Okay. Same laugh.
Yo,
you know what
he
I'm saying?
gives uncle vibes.
Yeah,
I was gonna say that.
So he's my favorite character to like perform. Like, I have fun doing that, and I mean, I could all that goofy shit. You know what I'm saying? So I got Rufus. I got Landlord.
Oh yeah, Landlord.
They love Lynn, and then I got OG. So, and I
don't think I seen OG. I must have missed that.
Yeah.
So what's like, what are the differences between Rufus, Landlord, and OG?
So they all kind of got the same like mentality. Like, they're all like kind of like hornballs, kind of. but they all
kind of act drunkish.
Yeah. So like OG's kind of like the smooth guy. He has a, like, you know what I'm saying? He be saying like little smooth shit, but it's funny. And then, you know, he might have a dance or two.
Yeah.
But he has like certain like punchlines that's gonna stick. You know what I'm saying? Rufus has like the laugh, you know what I'm saying, with the hair, and he's always trying to sell something that sounds crazy. Like, I don't know if you've seen the first Rent a Cat. He was selling cats to people that got mice.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying? So like he's always trying to sell something.
That shit's funny.
That would never really sell. Actually, it might.
Yo, people would buy Rent-A-Cats.
Now I think
believe
about it.
that.
No, I think about it.
I think you're like onto something there, though.
Yeah, and then Landlord is like just the creepy landlord that, you know what I'm saying? And he always has like the same creepy, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it's
this
like,
his swag on. Yeah.
And then he's always up to no good. But he's funny as hell too, you know what I'm saying? So they all kind of got the same type of vibe, but they all have their own personality. But it's crazy because it's still me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I don't look like Rufus right now.
Right, exactly,
Rufus, you know
exactly. I didn't know who you were gonna show up as today, so I'm glad you came as Demo.
I'll probably bring whoever you want.
Maybe we'll have Rufus on one day if the people want to see that.
I'll bring Rufus down here. And then I got Freelo, but you know what I'm saying? He's new. He's not really new, but you know, he's not
fully developed yet.
Yeah, he's getting there.
He's in
but
the works.
He's basically like the drug dealer that scared of everything, don't know what he's doing, like, you know what I'm saying, fucking up everything.
Bad, naive and shit.
Yeah, so, and then I do have more coming, but I'm trying to strategize that, and I'm trying to be strategic with that, but yeah.
And I think that's dope too, and in the beginning of our interview, that's why I kind of kept bringing up Tyler Perry, because like the way that he creates all these different roles and characters for himself, that's like how I was viewing you, because it's dope that you can actually identify and create different people within you know what I'm saying, who aren't you, but you can actually like step into their mindset or their body and like betray them.
But it's like crazy too, because I could be talking just how I'm talking to you, and then you say action, and then I'm in, and I just get in there, and then as soon as you say cut, and I'm back. This is a talent.
It is a talent. It's a gift, and it's a mindset, because a lot of people, like, they can't switch up from being them, even if it was for a joke or for like just for something funny. Some people don't have the vulnerability or flexibility within themselves to feel comfortable enough to like be silly or put on a voice or like act, like do body movements where it's like, oh, people haven't seen me do that before type shit. And speaking of that, because you're such a funny person, but like you're so versatile with your roles, there's actually something that you were recently featured in, that I believe got put up on BET Jamz.
Yep, sure
I would like to hear all about this, and I think the title of it is In the Feds.
Yeah, but before I talk about it, drop one of them. Do a little drop.
Oh, we can drop all of them.
I want the year.
Hold up.
Yeah, I like that one. But yeah, so it was a DJ Premier production.
Shout out DJ Premier.
If you're into music, you should know DJ Premier.
Hell
so,
yeah.
MOP, A&E Up Kid, that's MOP.
Yep.
It was Life in the Feds. We shot out in Staten Island in a prison, and it was pretty dope too, because this prison that we did it at, Tracy Morgan was filming there too for the
fucking way.
Last OG.
Did you meet him?
I didn't get to meet him.
Damn, you should have snuck in there.
Yeah, I know, because he's up there like.
Oh yeah, Tracy Morgan's a fucking man.
So they was like, yeah, Tracy Morgan, his shit's over there, and I was like, wow. So, but yeah, it was definitely a dope experience. I was basically I was a lead actor.
Hey.
I was an inmate. And like I like doing those type of roles too, you know what I'm saying? It was a dope experience just being around legends and just and like a lot of things, the thing people don't know is like when they see like celebrities and legends, they think like they put them up to this like high standard, but they all coolish. They just regular.
Just people.
Yeah, they just regular. I mean, I was
Yeah.
chopping it up with them. Like we went out to eat after, like to a little Jamaican spot, eating rice on the corner, like
Hey.
just with legends. Like, and it
Right.
was like nothing. So like, I definitely like being in those type of environments, like being around people that been somewhere and act like they ain't go nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I feel like that's how you
Mad
should.
humble.
Yeah, you should. I think you should handle yourself that way. And that's how I'm gonna handle myself. But
And how did you actually get put in that situation for that opportunity?
so I just made some good connections. My man, shout out Watson Films. He's like
Shout out.
he's one of like the he's one of the top videographers up right now. Like, and I did some work with him a couple years back, and you know what I mean, we just made that connection. He was like, "Yo, I never met him before." He's like, "Yo, I like how you act. I'm gonna be hitting you up." 1 year go by, I thought he was capping. 2 years go by, he hit me up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then he hit me up with another gig. And
Sometimes it takes patience.
Yeah.
Things don't happen right away all the time.
Exactly, but yeah, he put me on with that, and we got a lot of more work to do. But when I work with him, it's more like, you know, serious roles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
Which is dope because you get to show that side of yourself. Like,
Exactly.
oh, I'm not always just a jokester.
Exactly.
There's like multiple, you know, parts to you. And when was that filmed? And is that out for people to view right now? Or what's up with that?
So that was filmed last March, and they dropped it on in November, last November.
Okay, word.
So it was playing on BET Jamz, so I don't know if it's playing on there now, but you can find it on YouTube.
Hey.
Life in the Feds,
Yes.
Teflon, MOP.
In like the first
Cool
10
brothers.
seconds, you'll see Demo's face pop up on there.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
literally walking with his like prison scrubs through the hallways with the
It's
security
actually,
guard.
Like, towards the end, it's actually a pretty dope action scene and shit like that.
Yeah, no, yes, it's
Yep.
fire. So make sure you watch it till the end because that shit's, it gets
Yeah,
quite
that's-
crazy.
That was definitely a good gig.
Yeah, that's
For
dope.
sure.
And it's a good connection. Being a comedian and being an actor, it's all about the people you know, the
Exactly.
people you meet, and the chances that you take. You know,
Exactly.
imagine if you said no to that day. How many things that could have, you know, closed off. So that's fire.
Yeah.
And then also in the acting scene, which we talked about, you kind of had a background role in one of the Whitney Houston film.
Yep. The it's called I Want to Dance with Somebody.
That's dope.
There's a lot of Whitney Houston movies out there and
There
documentaries, but this one is like one that's actually gonna hit the theaters. It was $100 million.
Whoa, what?
It's hitting the theaters.
What you say?
$100 million.
You gonna be on the screen?
No.
Possibly?
Hopefully. I better be. I should be. Why not? But yeah, it was, you know, I didn't have a major role. I'm not saying I had a major role, but
Yeah.
it was a dope experience because like being around like professional production, like I was inspired. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm seeing people that I watch on Netflix. I forgot the dude's name, but he plays the black dude in the Wu-Tang series. I'm mad at
I'm not gonna be able. I'm
But
not
you know
gonna
what
be
I'm
able to
talking
think
about.
of it. Of course.
You know what I'm talking.
I know exactly who you're talking
yeah,
about.
he was playing Bobby Brown, and then they had a couple people that I was familiar with. Like, so it's like just being in that environment.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean. I was just like observing everything. I was just like, okay, so what does this person do? Cause like their crew, there's like 200 people in the crew, and
Right.
everyone's doing somebody's running. So I was just trying to figure out like, okay, what is this person doing?
Right.
You know what I mean?
The
And it-
behind the scenes
Yeah,
shit.
and it was
Yeah.
on top of doing my acting part. So it was more for me like a experience. You know what I'm saying? Get my foot in
Facts.
the door, and you know, inspiration. Like, and what I got out of it is like they're professionals. They've been doing it for years, and they was making mistakes too. So I was
Yo.
like, you know, like I was like, it's all right.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You don't matter. You can make mistakes, but we're human. So don't let that stop you. Like, don't let any, you know what I'm saying, mistake stop you. Just bounce back.
Yeah.
Do it over.
Right.
Try it again. So
Right.
that's what I got out of it. I was inspired for more than anything on that shit.
That's
so
dope.
hopefully it's coming out next December.
Okay.
So
December 2023?
it's coming on Christmas,
Or
matter of fact.
2022?
It's coming on Christmas.
Like this year?
Yeah, this
Okay.
year.
Hey.
Yeah. Yup.
So Christmas 2022, you might see Demo Woodz on the screen.
You might,
but you know.
Christmas 2027, you definitely gonna see me somewhere.
What the?
I'm calling it.
Yo.
I'm calling it. You're gonna see me.
What are we gonna see? Are you just manifesting that, or are you saying there's something in the works?
I'm manifesting it.
How important is manifestation to you?
It's very important because you gotta speak it to existence.
Yo, y'all heard that. Y'all know how much I fuck with manifestation. We wouldn't be here today without it. It seems like Demo Woodz has done that since the start of his career because, you know, how do you start something, a business, believing in yourself, whatever it may be, being an actor, being a podcaster? How do you start that without just doing it and keeping the motivation going? Nobody's gonna push you. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you decided to give up and you know, told your family, I'm done with comedy, blah, blah, blah. Like, even if they pushed you and they try to every day, Demo, get out of bed, Demo, be funny, be funny, be funny. The only person that's really gonna make you be funny or do what you wanna do or follow that passion at the end of the day is who, Demo?
You gotta start within.
It's
fucking start within.
Yo, it starts within.
That's it. You know? Because if you don't want it, then, like you said, no one's going to push you if you don't want it.
Yeah.
If you don't want it, then you don't want it. So
Facts.
it's simple. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So.
And, you know, going forward, whether it be with comedy or acting or whatever it may be in your life and your journey right now, where do you feel like you're going, or is there anything that we can be expecting from you this year to be coming out, or is it kind of under wraps?
I got a couple things I'm willing to talk about right now. So I'm doing a project, and if everything goes as planned, it's gonna come out on Valentine's Day.
Hey.
It's supposed to be fire. I tried to do it before, didn't work out. I didn't get like the footage, and you know.
Yeah.
So I'm doing it again, and it took me a long time to get like this because it's gonna be like a little restaurant. It's gonna be like a little mini movie scene type shit.
Okay.
It's gonna be fire.
So is it like a comedy skit?
Yeah, it's gonna be comedy. Yep.
Okay. All right. Word.
Most of my personal projects is comedy.
Yeah.
So that's everything comes out as planned. Valentine's Day, be ready for that. It's gonna be funny as fuck. Like the plot is gonna be fire. Probably about 3-4 minutes long, but it's gonna be lit.
Hey.
So be ready for that.
That's dope.
I'm doing another short film with my dude. His name's Chanta. This dude's like, he been doing this for a long time.
What's his name?
Chanta.
Chanta. Shout out Chanta.
He's been doing it for like a very long time, and he's like real in tune with comedy. Like he does his thing. So he offered me a role in it.
Hey.
It's called The Golden Age.
Dope.
And it's like a throwback hip hop type thing. It's like a romantic comedy type. Like we boys and we looking for love, but we be doing like dumb shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's gonna be fire because that's gonna be like my first outside comedy project. Like a lot of the outside things I do is like serious roles, like the music videos. And so this is gonna be like my first comedy project outside of what I'm doing. So that's gonna be fire.
That's dope.
And working with that group, with that crew, I know it's gonna be fire. So
yeah. And so that might be dropped. You said no, that's not February, but sometime this year, possibly.
Yeah,
Okay.
we still trying to find other cast members for that, but that's happening this year. I'm super excited for that because, you know, it's different for me, you know?
Yeah, and that's dope because you're now, I feel like you're mixing them even more so. Like we talked about, like comedy acting, you know, that it's its own lane because you can just be a straight comedian and not be an actor, and you can just be a straight actor and not be funny at all.
Exactly.
So being able to put those hand in hand, like that's a huge come up for 2022 for you.
And then I may have an event coming up in March, kind of like a comedy promotion show that's in the works. So I ain't gonna say that's going on yet, but that, and I'll let you know, like,
better.
I'll let you know about all that, and I'll keep everyone posted on that.
Yes.
But yeah, definitely. And then the skits, I'm gonna keep the skits coming.
Yes, yes,
I'm gonna do all that, and just keep the vibes going, and
we love that shit.
just keep it. Who
That's
don't like to laugh?
That's what we about
Who don't like
out
to
here. In Demo, for fans listening in, people listening in, just wondering, your name, Demo Woodz.
Mm-hmm.
What is that? Where did that come from?
So it's basically,
what does that mean to you?
This is basically like my name, like shortened, because I don't want to put my government.
I was gonna say, oh shit, is he about to drop the legal?
I ain't gonna put my government out there.
Oh,
but,
come on, put it out there.
Well,
no,
it's
you don't
on my
have
page
to. It's
anyways.
Fine. It's fine.
Dimitri, my name is Dimitri Underwood, and I'm proud. I'm an Underwood.
Hey, he said,
Underwood.
fuck it.
I'm an Underwood, but nah. So this, Demo Woodz.
Okay.
And I had that nickname since I was like probably 6.
Oh really? So this is like ingrained in you type shit.
Yeah, I had Demo since I was a kid.
Yeah, that's dope.
And it just stuck with me.
I was thinking of like a demo tape. And then I was thinking of Backwoods. So I was completely fucking off.
I
but
hear it all the time, that's a ghetto ass name.
Yo.
Demo tape Backwoods. Nah,
hey, I wasn't saying it like that. You feel me?
Nah,
but it's funny because this musician who I had on Party Boy Woods, I was like, oh, is it because of Backwoods? And he was like, yeah, yo, what is because of. So I was like,
I heard that.
I don't know, maybe it fits.
I heard that plenty of times before.
Yeah. Well, that's dope to know. I always like to hear the meaning behind people's names because sometimes it's based off of legal, sometimes it has a meaning behind it, but I always think it's cool for the fans to know just where you came from.
It's on my, because I got like newspaper articles with my name on it, so they could find my name and shit.
You're like, it's no secret.
Yeah, I ain't hiding.
In Demo, I always ask this question to my guests towards the end of the show. So I'm gonna throw it at you however you want to answer, whatever you want to answer. If you don't want to answer, you don't have to. But being on the podcast today and the conversation we had and whatever you've gone through in your life, your journey as Demo Woodz, what do you feel like it means to be an old soul in a young world? Even if you're not an old soul.
No, I'm definitely an old soul.
He said definitely.
Everybody will tell you. And I feel like that's how you should be, like.
But what is it?
I think, I think being an old soul is having a good sense of self, and being in a young world is you gotta be strong to keep your sense of self. So I feel like, I'm an old soul and a young. I don't, I don't need to switch up for nobody. I'm me, and I like, what I'm saying. I be going to the brotherhood with my mom, and I'll do the little 2-step. I feel like I'm an old soul in a young world. I hope I answered your question properly.
You did 100%, and everybody listening in, that's key right there. What he's saying is being authentic to your character. You feel me? Staying in your lane, staying in your vision. Don't let anyone around you change who your character is inside. If you want to switch up your character like Demo, and you want to be Rufus, and you want to be landlord, this and that, that's cool, that's dope. But don't let nobody else around you make that choice for you. You're the only one who can make that choice.
Straight like
that, you feel me? Demo, I just want to say thank you so much again for coming on. It's dope. Sure. See you back in front of the camera doing your thing, all the skits you've been putting out, all the shit that you've been getting into with your acting, the comedy. I'm looking forward to seeing what's coming on in 2022. And can you just shout out where the people can find you, whether it be your YouTube, your IG, whatever plugs you got?
All right, so I'm on IG. It's at Demo Woodz with a Z, like that right there. My YouTube is under construction. My Facebook, you can find me on Facebook, Demo Woodz, spelled like that. Twitter's under construction.
Hey, that's fine though.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna get everything in order, and you know what I'm saying.
It's a process.
Yeah, it is. Social media is tricky too, so
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's all it's a marketing scheme is what social media is, 100%.
Exactly.
And you know, Demo, before we end out for good, is there anything that you want to say to any up and coming comedians in the Boston area, in the North Shore area, anyone who's gone through loss or been in a situation like you? Anything you want to put out there for them before we head out?
Sure. Like, if based off of my experience, like, if you know you want to do it and you don't see yourself doing nothing else, just do it, you know. And you might not always get the support in the beginning, but it's gonna come. Just be consistent if you really want to do it. You know what I'm saying? And believe in yourself. It sounds cliche, but if you don't believe in yourself, no one is gonna believe in you. You know what I'm saying? And just do it. Just do it.
Just do it. Like Nike said, like Nike said, just fucking do it. You feel? He's like, yo, let me put it. Hey, Nike doesn't sponsor us. Relax, relax. Hey, maybe one day, Nike, if you get the chance to be on Also Young World.
We'll cut that part out and shit.
We cut that.
But yeah, just do it and have fun. Make sure you love what you're doing.
Facts.
If you're doing something you don't love, kind of sounds like slavery a little bit. So do something that you love to do and have fun and just give it your all.
Facts.
And whatever happens, happens. If it don't work, you try it.
And on that note, guys, you know, I loved having this old soul on the show this week. This was so dope, being able to dive into what is under comedy, what makes a comedian, what makes somebody be motivated even when they keep getting obstacles put in their way, even when they feel like they've been knocked down. How do they keep going? And how do you keep going? You know, I hope you guys take that in over the next week until we meet again. Really, you know, dive into that, reflect on that, and see what can be a better you and how you can be a better you. And check out Demo Woodz on all social media. You already know you have to.
You have to do that.
Gotta get them laughs in for 2022.
Come on. It's a tough time. It's a pandemic. You need a laugh. Come on.
Facts. You need a laugh. And guys, make sure you tune in with us again next week here on Old Soul in the Young World with your host, Jesse Ellie.